How's it going? I figured it'd be cool to just sit down, press record with no plan whatsoever, and talk to you guys about what we got coming up in the new year. This is not going to be some super cringy New Year's resolution video, because I guarantee you there's probably a million of them being uploaded as we speak. Do not exit just yet. We're not doing that, thankfully. I've just been sitting here planning stuff out and scheduling and making sure all my poop is in a group, and I figured it'd be cool to share what I've got coming up with you guys. But first, let's talk quickly about what happened in 2019. This past year has been an absolute whirlwind for me, my businesses, this channel, everything. It's been super crazy. Obviously, the biggest thing that happened this year was me getting into screen printing and building that whole shop setup in my house and the birth of Rogue Lab and all that. And in terms of the YouTube content, clearly that shifted a full 180 with it, because originally we were making videos about bike stuff and wheelies and all that, and that just went over to business behind the scenes and screen printing and all that. And when I first did that, let me tell you, I got endless amounts of hate comments and emails and DMs from people saying like, I signed up to watch you do this and do Harley stuff and all that. Now you're gonna just talk about your business and do screen printing. You're a sellout and your channel's gonna die now, blah, 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 all this stuff. And well, in 2019, the channel almost doubled in size, so feel free to suck on that. And more importantly is that I really enjoy the content that I make now. I finally found another skill outside of motorcycles that I am passionate about, that I am good at, that I enjoy doing, and sharing it is just so much more fulfilling for some reason. Obviously, going out and doing wheelies and stunts was a super good time, and filming that stuff is always gonna be fun, but there's something different about this kind of content now that just, I don't know, it's just, I think I've found what I've been looking for all along in the years that I've been doing YouTube. So that is the biggest win by far. As I said, when I came back to YouTube way back in last December after almost a year off, this is not a bike channel. This is my channel. It's called Lee Stewart for a reason, so that I can make whatever content that I want to make. And I'm very happy to say that this year I finally figured out how to do that, and I enjoy this way more than I ever have. With that being said, we're going to be going at 2020 way harder than I did this past year. I really want to step up the volume and consistency of the content this year, because in the 4 years that I've been doing this, I've never gone a full year where I've uploaded every single week. Not even close. 2019 was my best year by a long shot so far. I think I did like 42 videos or something like that, but 2020, I'm definitely aiming to hit that 52 weeks solid and try and sprinkle in a few midweek uploads in there. So my goal this year is to hit like at least 60 to 80 videos. We're gonna be going way deeper into the printing stuff. I've barely scratched the surface of that at this point. And I'm also a lot more experienced now, having printed every single day for the past year. So we're definitely not in that like starter to intermediate level anymore. We're kind of climbing up the ladder every single day here. So it's time to start getting a little more into some of the technical stuff and doing more tutorials and stuff like that. I also really want to do some outside of the box stuff that I haven't seen anybody cover on YouTube at this point when it comes to the print processes and designs and all that. And in order to do that, we're actually starting a second brand underneath the Rogue Lab name, because when it comes to 38 Ride Co, not everything fits inside of there. It's kind of got its own little road it's got to follow, its own goal, its own vision and whatever. But under the Rogue Lab name, myself and Dan can go like full batshit crazy mode, no holds barred, whatever cool pops up into our head, we're gonna make that happen. And man, let me tell you, just in the past few weeks that we've had this in our heads, the level of stuff that's going on around here has been absolutely insane. So that's going to be some really cool stuff to watch out for. And since we're on the topic of design, we're definitely going to dive a lot more into that stuff this coming year. I'm going to kind of cover the beginner stages of it, and then Dan's going to take over the intermediate to advanced stuff, because he blows me away when it comes to that kind of shit, and we just got to get him on camera ready. He's not quite there yet, but we'll get him there. And also cover things like separations and art prep and all the very important things that you need to know in a print shop. I also plan on showing you guys a lot more of the other stuff that I do around here, because I do a lot more than just screen printing. I've been focusing on screen printing for the past year because I've needed to build those skills up. But outside of that, I do a lot of heat transfer and sublimation and vinyl and that kind of stuff. So I definitely plan on covering some of those topics and showing you guys what's possible there and teaching you some of the stuff that I know. And perhaps the biggest thing is that at some point in the early part of the year, we are going to be moving this whole operation into a new place, into a new shop, and that's going to change the whole dynamic of what we've got going on around here. We're gonna have more than just myself on the channel, because my other guys, Dan and Tony, we're all gonna finally be able to work in one spot together now, and that's gonna change a whole lot of stuff. Plus, it means we're going to be adding a whole lot of new things to the shop and new services and new just a whole bunch of new avenues of content, really. Things like getting my first automatic press, because that'll be happening in 2020 once we move to the new spot, and the amount of content that's going to come from that will be absolutely crazy, because I'm going to have a whole bunch of new shit to learn. And after that's all done, we plan on adding more equipment, like a wide format for vehicle wraps and embroidery and things like that. So there's going to be so many more avenues of content and creativity for me around here. It's going to be insane. I cannot wait. Seriously, just thinking and talking about it, my heart's just, it's going. I'm so pumped for this. And last but not least, of course, the bike stuff, because I know there are still people here who are watching for that. And yes, I definitely plan on adding in a bit more of that. The main focus of this channel for the next year is hands down going to be the business, no question. But I'm thinking once we move into a new space and get the auto going and all that kind of stuff, that I'll probably get a little bit more of my life back, and I won't be printing for like 14, 15 hours a day anymore, and I can kind of go and work like 8 to 10 hours and come home like a normal person and do other stuff. I really need to fill that downtime with two wheels again. This past year, I've had to not ride and really focus on the business and grind and do what I need to do for it, and make no mistake, that is the best decision that I could have ever made. I have no regrets about it whatsoever, but I'm really starting to miss the release that I get from riding, and I feel like the more that the business grows, the more stress that's going to come with it, and the more that I'm going to need that release. I'm going to need to get out and kill some fenders and drift some corners and just do some solid shredding. So at some point, I'm going to have to go out and get a new bike. Still have no idea what that is. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest with you, but we're definitely going to have to fill that void that the Dyna left and get something solid to take its place, and clearly whatever it takes its place is not going to remain stock for any longer than an hour after it gets here, so we're going to definitely do some cool stuff there. And who knows, maybe another 110 build is in the future. I literally just finished the other one like a week and a half ago, and it's all I can think about. I want to do another one. I miss it so much already, so yeah, we'll maybe do that too. There's also a whole bunch of other stuff that's been flying around inside my brain, but those are really the main points that I'm excited about making and bringing to you guys in 2020, and hopefully you guys are excited about seeing. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of this stuff, you could ding the little bell that YouTube has. It's much appreciated. Or you can go to LeeStewart38.com and sign up for the newsletter. That will land the videos in your inbox every week, and it comes with a blog post usually to go with it, and extra photo galleries and things like that. Plus, for the people that are a part of that newsletter, I've been working on some cool freebies to start sending out to you guys, so once it grows a little bit more, then I'm going to start letting some of that stuff out. So if you're a part of that mailing list, you got some cool stuff coming your way in 2020. But that's going to wrap this one up. I'm wishing all you guys a happy new year, and 2020, let's get it. We'll see you then.